Get a medic. What the fuck you walking up on me? I'm gonna grab.
They spilled onto the streets of Sydney after getting a final green light from the Supreme Court. A mostly peaceful day, remembering the more than 400 Indigenous deaths in police custody in Australia over the past 3 decades. Meanwhile, more than 10,000 people crammed into Melbourne, venting their anger and frustration at police, calling on officers to show solidarity. In Brisbane, this aerial footage, a swarm of demonstrators marching through the city, demanding the area commander to come outside and fly the Aboriginal flag. Rally cries also echoed across Adelaide in one of the biggest protests South Australia has ever seen. While a smaller and peaceful protest held in Perth.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Activists uniting with one voice, vowing to fight for racial equality.
Whether we have white skin, brown skin, black skin, we're all the same person. We're all human.
If Donald Trump didn't like black people, he would have never, ever been on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If Donald Trump didn't like black people, he wouldn't have appeared in Bobby Brown's music video. If Donald Trump didn't like black people, he would have never, ever hung out with Muhammad Ali and Rosa Parks. If Donald Trump didn't like black people, he would not have gotten an award from Jesse Jackson about how much he is appreciated in the black community. If Donald Trump didn't like black people, him and Al Sharpton wouldn't be taking photographs of him, you know, with his arm around him, thumbs up and whatever and whatnot. If Donald Trump didn't like black people, he would have never had a black girlfriend. He would have never had a black girlfriend if he didn't like black people. You listen to what I'm saying. If Donald Trump didn't like black people, he sure in the hell when they got them three bastards, remember them three boys that got caught stealing over in China, whatever, whatnot, he would have told them lock their ass up. They
Talking about Black Lives Matter. Well, I'm afraid to be gunned down and killed by a black man. If Black Lives Matter, then why are African-American men killing our young babies, our children, and our elderly? If Black Lives Matter, then why not black men take care of their kids and get a job?
OG, 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 come on, stay with me, OG. OG, stay with me. Stay with me, OG. Stay with me, OG. Come on, OG. Come on, OG. Come on, OG, stay with me. Come on, OG. Come on, OG. Come on, OG, stay with me. Come on, OG. Come on, OG. Come on, OG. Come on, OG. Damn, man, over some TVs, cuz. Over some TVs, man. For real. It's somebody's granddaddy, cuz. Man, you,
Jeez.
You talking about y'all kill this man over some TVs, cuz. Over some TVs, cuz. You hear me? That shit we could get, cuz. Over some TVs, cuz. Stop playing, man. OG, come on, OG. Come on, OG. Come on, this somebody's granddaddy, cuz. Over some TVs. Call him, cuz. Over some TVs, cuz. Come on, cuz. Come on, man. We better than this, cuz. Over a TV, cuz. Over a TV, pop them, cuz. He gone, bro. He gone, bro. Over some TVs, cuz. OG, man, rest in peace, bro. It's nothing but love, bro. You good, bro. It's okay, bro. Just relax, bro. Relax, bro. Relax, bro.
Despicable to be is that everyone is pretending that this man lived a heroic lifestyle when he didn't, and I want to talk about what his lifestyle was leading up to this moment and why I refuse to accept the narrative that this person is a martyr or should be lifted up in the black community and that we should be buying t-shirts with his name on it, okay? So here we have, first and foremost, let's start from the bottom of his record. And by the way, I am not saying that if you have a record, you don't deserve a second chance. I think people get arrested, and some people can serve time in prison, and I believe in second chances, but I do draw the line when it comes to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth chances. 1998, he spent 10 months in prison for theft with a firearm. That was the first prison stint that I could find on him. In 2002, he spent 8 months in prison for a cocaine offense. In 2004, just 2 years later, he spent another 10 months in prison for a cocaine offense. In 2005, he spent another 10 months in prison for having less than 1 gram of cocaine on him again. In 2007, and this was the biggest instant that I had that made me realize this was a horrible human being that I am not going to pretend was a good person. In 2005, a woman who was pregnant received a knock at the door, and she went to the door, and the person pretended to be someone that worked for the water department. So she opened her door and quickly realized that the person at her door did not work for the water department and attempted to slam it. At the moment that she was attempting to slam it, a Ford pulled up and another 5 men jumped out of the car, and one of which was George Floyd, came up to the door and they forced their way inside to her home, inside of her home. Mind you, this woman is pregnant. At that point, George Floyd took out a gun and pressed it to her stomach. She was screaming, begging for her life, and he put her inside of her living room and instructed one of his criminal friends that was with him to watch her and to make sure she didn't leave the living room. So he was playing guard while they ransacked her home looking for drugs and money. They did not find drugs. They ended up taking, I believe, her wallet and her cell phone. Fortunately for her, her neighbor observed what was going on and caught the license plate of the people as they pulled off and called 911. And when 911 was able to, they were able to track down the car of which George Floyd was the driver, and they arrested him. And 2 years later, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for that instance. Now, you can say the media is portraying it like he was just getting his life together after, being released in 2014 following that incident. He was just getting his life together and moved and was going to start afresh. I'd like to believe all of those things, and there's a gap, and he never got in trouble for 5 years until this incident when the police were called on him again. But you are defying common sense to believe that this person suddenly became an exemplary character but happened to be high on fentanyl and methamphetamine and trying to use a bill, a fake bill, to purchase something. And so, in my opinion, George Floyd was a criminal. He was a criminal. And just because he was a criminal doesn't mean he deserved to die at the knee of a police officer. But it does mean that I am not going to play a part of the broken black culture that always wants to martyr criminals, who wants to pretend they were these upstanding human beings that just wanted to help society, that just wanted to reach out and uplift society. And he has a rap sheet that is long, that is dangerous. He was an example of a violent criminal his entire life.
Cheese, Rudy.